What's up, guys? This is Ron back here with another video, and in today's video I am continuing my WrestleMania 40 match card predictions with WrestleMania Night 2, WrestleMania Sunday. In this video I have 7. I try to split it up 7 and 7. So let's just start it off with the match that I think will start off the night. Now this match might come as a shock to you guys. You could be like, why would he do that? Blah 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 blah. But honestly, I think that it will be Brock Lesnar versus Solo Sikoa. Now, I tried to figure it out with who would Brock face, and I honestly think that he is going to face Solo because it kind of makes sense. To be honest with you, Solo didn't get involved with any of the Brock storyline stuff, but I think Brock is a perfect person to kind of elevate a lot of the stars. Even if he beats Solo, he elevated Omos, and even though after Omos lost, he kind of went nowhere, but it kind of brought eyes to Omos, and I feel like he could do that same thing with Solo, and it could be a moment for Solo to kind of build Solo up to be the future of the Samoan dynasty, to be a future world champion, to be the next person to kind of possibly, if Roman still holds the title, to possibly challenge Roman, maybe take the title off of him. I don't know, even though that is very unlikely. This could be a great moment for Solo, and I want to see this happen at WrestleMania. Next up, we have Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio. Now, this match, honestly, I was thinking of just not letting it happen. But, like I said in the last video, I kind of have to put these people on the show because you can't leave some of these people off the show. So, I put Rey versus Santos, and I think there is a perfect story for this because, let's face it, the LWO hasn't been the group that we thought it was going to be. I mean, Rey hasn't really done much as the leader. He's not really a great leader, and I feel like Legado was perfect on NXT, and now ever since it's gone to the main roster, I feel like it's not been as great, and I think a heel turn will do wonders for them. I feel like Zelina is will do well by herself. She is doing well by herself. She got a women's title opportunity. She pinned the champion before she was the champion as well. So I think she could go away. And if you watched last week's video, she is my prediction to be in that women's mid-card title picture. And I do think that Joaquin and Cruz can go with Santos, because I think Santos will probably be the heel in this match, and then Rey will kind of be the baby face. This is just to put both of them on, and I feel like this is kind of going to be like a passing of the torch for Santos. Kind of like he'll beat Rey, and it'll kind of be like, okay, now Santos is the person we got to look out, not just for the championship future, but the future in general. Next up, we have the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Damian Priest versus the new and improved Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. This match, I feel like we saw a little bit of a tease on SmackDown, and I do think that this is going to happen. Do I think the title picture is going to be involved? I don't know. But for this video, I do not have the titles involved with it. I think this will be an amazing match to build up the Street Hurt Business, even though they don't really need building up like that. But as we've seen, they could, I don't think they will, but they could add Bianca to this storyline as well, since Rhea's with the Judgment Day. But I just think this is the way that I think they should go. because I feel like, again, there's so many tag teams just had the titles, both titles for both brands be on one team. So I think that they should just have this be a separate match and then have the tag team titles, which is a perfect segue to the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. I think they'll have DIY versus Alpha Academy and maybe one other team, but I think this would be a perfect singles match with DIY and Alpha Academy to kind of have, I mean, Chad Gable has been killing it as of recently. Maybe they could add Viking Raiders. Or maybe Ricochet and some other person. I don't know. But this is a perfect way to put Chad Gable on the show. I feel like he's worked his butt off with the stuff he's done with Gunther, and this would be a great way to possibly have him have a WrestleMania moment if they win the titles. Viking Raiders, just to get them on the show. Ricochet and somebody else just to get him on the show. But I do think DIY should be involved. Bring Johnny and Ciampa together. They're not doing anything with Johnny. They're not doing anything with Ciampa. Put them in a tag team. Put them back together. Fan favorite tag team when they were in NXT. Maybe give them the titles at that. Or maybe have them hold the titles into WrestleMania. I have no idea. But yes, next match, I think we are going to see the implosion of Damage Control. I think it will be Io Sky versus Bayley versus Dakota Kai in a triple threat match. Who will be the shining star of Damage Control? In my opinion, it should be Dakota Kai. But I think Damage Control's implosion is coming very soon with the women's title once Io loses it, which that segues into our next match after this. But I think Io will lose the title, and then she will probably turn on Bayley. Then Dakota will kind of be the person in the middle. Then when Bayley and Io are arguing, Dakota will say she's like had enough of it. Hopefully Dakota's cleared before WrestleMania because I want to see her on the card. She's one of my favorites and I think she's deserved it to be on WrestleMania 40. So I think that they'll have this triple threat match to see who was the star of Damage Control and to kind of have these women go their separate ways for possibly a draft after WrestleMania to kind of just be like the last thing with them before they go their own separate ways. Next up we have for the Intercontinental Championship. I kind of just put this match on just because of them not being on the show and it would kind of be dumb. But I really don't want to see this match, but I feel like they're going into this match. I think it will be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Now, I think that Chad Gable will probably win the title off of Gunther, maybe at Fastlane or maybe at a later date. I think they just didn't have Chad Gable win because they wanted Gunther to beat Honky Donk's record, but I think Chad, just based off of crowd reaction, all the stuff that has been going on recently, I think he's the perfect person to take the title off of Gunther, but then I think he'll lose it to Drew McIntyre. Then Sheamus will somehow get involved, and then they'll have another banger of a match, maybe a Donnybrook match at that, maybe some type of stipulation, and then we will finally see Sheamus get his WrestleMania win and the Intercontinental title. Next up, we have for the Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair. Now, I think Charlotte will be the person to take the title off of Io. I don't think that Asuka will win. Maybe they'll have Io versus Charlotte at Fastlane, then that's when Charlotte wins. Or maybe they'll have Io versus Charlotte at the Royal Rumble. But I honestly think that even when Asuka was champion, she was kind of the third wheel. And now that Io's champion, I feel like she's the third wheel because I definitely know they're setting up for Charlotte versus Bianca. This match, I think, they've had it twice before, but I think this match is the WrestleMania main event. Prove me wrong, but I think this would be a perfect match to have be the first ever woman to main event night 2 of WrestleMania. Two of the best athletes, not just women, but in WWE in general. Two of the biggest names, I feel like, in the women's division currently, and a great match to do it, and a big match with press involved and stuff like that. I think they should have this match definitely at WrestleMania. Could it happen without the title? Absolutely, but I think they'll have it with the title just because Charlotte and Bianca are involved. And we get to the main event. I think the match that everybody sees happening, whether you like it or not, Roman Reigns defending the WWE Universal Championship, Undisputed Championship, against Cody Rhodes. Now, do I think Cody is going to win the Rumble? I honestly do think he could win the Rumble. Do I want him to win it? No, because I don't think he needs it. Now, with, I believe, Jay going to Monday Night Raw, that Adam Pearce said somebody will be coming to SmackDown. I honestly think it could be The Miz, but it also could be Cody. And this would be perfect to not have him win the Rumble, but still challenge Roman. Because he will be on SmackDown. Roman's not there, so I feel like they do need someone to kind of be the face of SmackDown, because I know Cena's there, but Cena's leaving eventually. And so the person to take control of SmackDown and be the face of SmackDown needs to be Cody when Roman's not there. And it obviously, like I just said, it will set up the match perfectly without having Cody win the Rumble 2 years in a row, even though I would not mind that. But yes, these are my night 2 predictions for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave your predictions down in the comment section below. Like I said, whether you think the showcase matches will happen again, whether you think Damage Control will break up, whether you think Santos will lead Judgment Day, who do you think Brock will face, because you know he's going to have a match. Do you think the tag team titles will be separated and it will be Raw and SmackDown once again? So yeah, those are my predictions. Leave yours down in the comment section below. I'd love to read them and reply to them. The WrestleMania road has not began, but I am still excited, and so are so many other people, because it's WrestleMania 40. It's going to be a great time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, champs.